Hello and welcome to Reviews with Ryan. Today we're going to be talking about A Mouthful of Air, the newest drama film to just hit theaters. I want to thank you guys for watching this review. If you like all kinds of movie content, consider subscribing to the channel. Give the video a like and maybe comment if you've seen the film or if you plan to see this film. Now without further ado, let's jump into the review. A Mouthful of Air was directed by Amy Kopelman. She also wrote the book for this. The film stars Amanda Seyfried and Finn Wittrock, and the film is about Julie Davis, played by Amanda Seyfried. She's a children's book author, and she writes books about children overcoming their fears, and she also struggles from having fear herself, anxiety, and postpartum depression after having a child. So as I mentioned, this was a book adapted into a film, and from what I understand, the only thing that I know of that changed from the book that I read, I have never read the actual book, but kind of read through online what kind of changes they made. And one of the changes they made was Julie having a career. In the original book, she does not have a career. Amanda Seyfried kind of wanted the character to have a career in this, so she's a book author in this. You'll notice in this film that it's shot really well. I don't know what kind of camera they used, but I really like the really clear lens that they use in this. I don't know what kind of camera, but it's really shot well. I like how they kind of incorporated throughout the film. The film is a very heavy film. I do want to caution people that have depression and anxiety and subject matter of suicide. This is a very heavy driven movie. The initial setup is this couple is living in an apartment, and with her being a book author, they have a son named Teddy, and she kind of has so much anxiety being a mother. She has trouble really leaving the child alone. She has trouble just doing things and functioning. And she'll even have trouble just going to a grocery store. There's a scene with anxiety. There's a scene if her kid is playing and she's worried about him falling. Lots of anxiety she has. And her mother's involved a little bit in this, and she tries to comfort her. You know, she has depression medication she's taking, and they end up finding out, and this is not a spoiler because it is in the IMDb actual premise, but they actually have a daughter, and there is more developments that she has with postpartum depression. And that is pretty much the basis of this film. I found that this film was very heavy on the subject matters. I think going through this film, I think the only thing that I would say necessarily, I don't know if it's necessarily negative, but as far as solving these kinds of issues, there really isn't a solution presented. It's more so just watching this woman struggle through all these different things and just trying to find a common ground of surviving. And, you know, medication, you know, there's parts where she is not taking her medication. And this couple is just kind of going through the motions of just trying to have her return to her normal life. It seems, as in the movie, she may have had some family issues. And you just see all these issues and you really feel for her character throughout the film. I think for a first-time director, she does a pretty good job of really kind of bringing this movie to life. Postpartum depression, it doesn't seem like it's a big subject in film today. And the fact that this is kind of being made and brought into a theater and just talking about the subject matter is kind of astonishing, really, because really we really have not seen these kinds of films. And I definitely appreciate the book writer for bringing this to life and kind of giving people a glimpse of even stuff that maybe I didn't even know going into this. It's really interesting what a woman will go through after having a baby, and I felt that that was interesting to me, just watching this unfold. I think just the tough part of this matter is that the reality that kind of comes from all these feelings and thoughts. It's very tough to watch this kind of film, and I really caution there will be some people that really won't be interested in this film, and I completely understand. Just know going into this film, it's a heavy film, it's kind of a depressing film, and it's not a film where you're going to get a ton of action. It's more so focusing on this couple and focusing on the different issues they have as far as dealing with this depression and dealing with all these different thoughts that she has in her head. And last but not least, I want to talk about the score for this film. There isn't really a ton of music in this, but the soft nature music they do throw in this, it fits well with the film when it is in the film. And the film is a slow burn type of film, and it's kind of hard, I guess, to say this, but I enjoyed the film, but I didn't enjoy watching someone suffer through all these troubled times in their life. I think that the movie is done well for the subject matter, and I'm going to give the film a 3.5 out of 5. It's a pretty good film for someone that is in their first directing role, and I think they do a pretty good job covering this subject matter. Thank you guys for watching this review, and let me know what you guys think of this film if you do watch it. It is a more artsy type of film, and it's a smaller type of film, but if you guys do see it, let me know in the comments. Thank you guys, and I will see you guys on my next review.